Up next on Line 2, we have a brand new story on track with Fiona and Star, and a story from Jordan Bowman speaking on the changes throughout Yearbook.
And me, Aaron Rodriguez, with the boys and girls basketball events. All that and more, Line TV starts now.
Good morning, Searcy High. I'm Jacob Shoei here with today's morning news and announcements.
And I'm Emily Tyler. We hope you all enjoyed your short week. Now let's get right into those announcements.
Robin Hunt from AR Rehab Services will be here on Thursday, March 2nd from 10 to 12 to visit with our seniors in the library. AR Rehab Services helps to fund post-secondary education for students who have qualifying disabilities. A sign-up sheet will be in the counselor's office.
The National Honor Society will have their food bank packing February 21st at 7:20 a.m. in the Writing Lab. This will count as your February meeting.
Tomorrow and Saturday, the SHS Theater Department is hosting their annual Lions Pride Tournament.
There will be a mandatory meeting for those interested in trying out for the 9th grade cheerleading team, Lion Steppers, or varsity cheerleading team on February 23rd. It will be held in the high school gymnasium at 6 p.m. At least one parent or guardian must attend. Interested athletes should sign up in the West office.
YAC is hosting a youth advisory concert Saturday, February 25th from 5 to 7:30 at Citizens Park to raise money for local nonprofits. It is a $5 entry fee with performing artists including Riley Atkinson, Silas Carpenter, Sailing Money, Homer Band, and Rivers West.
To conclude Kindness Week, today's challenge is to say hello or give a high five to a stranger. Make sure to send your acts of kindness to our Instagram.
I think Kindness Week went pretty well, don't you think?
I'd say so, especially for it being the first year being held.
I know. I can't wait to see how our yearbook staff covers this week. Let's send it to Jordan Bowman to find out more about our yearbook crew.
Many yearbooks, including this year's yearbook, holds hundreds to thousands of different photos. And just one picture can hold so much information. And all of this just comes from one simple click of a button.
I think this year's book is going to be just enough different from last year's book, but with the same kind of feel that it feels sort of continuous, like the next chapter in a story, but also very unique in its perspective and the way we're telling the stories. I'm always excited for the students to see what we've put together for them and hope that they enjoy it as much as we've enjoyed putting it together for them.
With having a new chapter in each book, Senior Abby McMullen believes it takes creativity and dedication to tell the story you want.
Yearbook is special to me because of the creative freedom, because really it's very student-led and I kind of have the freedom to just do whatever me and the staff want to do. We're not really burdened by a specific way to do things, and I really like that.
One of the exciting things about this year is our staff grew quite a bit. We had more students who were interested in joining, and with last year's success, I thought it might be helpful to add some more voices and more perspectives to our staff.
With Yearbook bringing in more staff, they did multiple different things to balance the different class periods.
At first, we tried a few different things, trying to figure out how to work the staff between two class periods, but eventually we kind of settled back into something, a more traditional way of staffing and covering all of the events in school.
With the new year, the editor position has become like second nature for Abby, and she has been able to do things as well as make the book better.
Last year I was kind of just trying to figure out how to be editor, how to get everything, or how to manage everything, and so this year I've had the opportunity to focus more on little things. So I think our graphic design is just a little bit better than it was last year, and it's just all those little tiny things that are improving, making the book better.
Turning through the yearbook pages brings back so many memories from the past, and this year's yearbook staff has no intentions on changing that this year. If you haven't ordered a yearbook yet, you can order at jostens.com for $55 until February 25th, and then it will be $60. I'm Jordan Bowman, now back to the news desk.
I'll have to make sure to get one before prices go up.
Agreed. Now let's get into some world news.
As Haiti's toxic slate of gangs continue to plunder the crisis-stricken Caribbean nation, kidnapping, displacing, and extorting civilians with nothing left to give, they're increasingly weaponizing women's bodies in their war for control. Nadia, a 19-year-old woman, was dragged into a car by a group of men, blindfolded, kidnapped, and raped. She is now living with her 3-month-old and with no help from the government or any of the men who attacked her.
Thousands left homeless by a massive earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria a week ago are now packed into crowded tents or lined up in the streets for hot meals this past Monday, while the desperate families and volunteers searching for anyone still alive have likely entered its last hours.
A Missouri judge on Tuesday overturned the conviction of a man who has served nearly 28 years of a life sentence for killing that he has always said he didn't commit. Lamar Johnson walked free after he was processed out of the courthouse. Beaming, he walked up to the reporters in the courthouse lobby about 2 hours after the ruling and thanked everyone who worked on his case as well as the judge.
Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi offered a fusion praise on Monday for the United Arab Emirates, seeking to repair a rift between Cairo and the Gulf Arab states that have supplied billions of dollars in aid to his nation.
This week has been jam-packed with lots of changing events.
Definitely. I'm glad that we've been changing to warmer weather, though.
Me too. I'm super excited for spring. Let's send it over to Lexi to get a forecast for this weekend.
Good morning, Cersei High. Today we're going to have a high of 62 with mostly cloudy skies and a 25% chance of rain. The winds are blowing west-northwest at 14 miles per hour and our humidity is at 65%. And the sun rose this morning at 6:52 a.m. Now for tonight. Tonight, we're going to have partly cloudy skies with a low of 29 degrees and a 2% chance of rain. The winds are blowing north-northwest at 13 miles per hour and the humidity is, again, 65%. And our sunset is going to be at 5:50 p.m. Now for the almanac. The last 7 days, our highest temperature was 70 degrees and our lowest temperature was 28 degrees. The monthly average of precipitation for February is 3.9 inches of rain and our month day is currently 3.91 inches. Now for the 5cast. On Friday, we're going to have sunny skies with a high of 49, a low of 27, and a 2% chance of rain. On Saturday, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 52, a low of 33, and a 5% chance of rain. Sunday and Monday, we're going to have highs in the mid-60s with a low of 44 on Sunday with a 5% chance of rain, and a higher percent chance of rain with 15% on Monday with a low of 50. And on Tuesday, we're going to have a 40% chance of showers in the morning with a high of 69 and a low of 44. Well, it looks like it's warming up just a little bit.
Hopefully it stays that way. I'm tired of wearing my jacket.
All this weather talk's making me hungry. What's for lunch, Jacob?
Today for lunch, we'll be having cheese pizza, cheeseburger, crispy chicken sandwich, strawberry parfait, turkey ranch wrap, dinner roll, and milk.
I hear our track team has been working hard getting ready for the upcoming meets.
Most definitely. I can't believe that their first meet is already this Saturday. This school year has really been flying.
Fiona Denaire gives us an inside look at how they have been training and what they're expecting this season. Take it away, Fiona.
Searcy High School offers many diverse athletic opportunities. Among those is our track and field team, made up of hardworking students and coaches.
I started running track in 9th grade, and my school didn't have a track team, so my dad just took me to the meets because I went to a really small school and I fell in love with it. There's 28 events in track with the girls and boys, all the field events and all the running events and the relays. So we need to make sure that each athlete is in the exact right event for their talents and abilities.
I've been doing track and field since 7th grade, and ever since then I've really enjoyed it, and it's just been kind of like a sport that I can go to just calm down.
Practicing as often as possible to build up skill is a vital part of any sport, and track and field is no different.
We practice every day of the week until like 4 o'clock.
To warm up, we do exercises that'll stretch out your muscles and your calves to prepare for practice.
We do a lot of sprint drills, running 100s, 200s, and we do core workouts to get our core straight. We work together by pushing each other in all the events. In practice, we'll match up with each other and just try to make each other better.
Having a good coach who is both tough and encouraging can make a good team become a great one.
I think that coaches plays a big part in how you do in track in your everyday life, because a good coach should encourage you and build you up.
I try to be like relatable to the players, but they know like when I get to the point where I'm done and it's time to focus and time to work, like it's time to work.
The effort put in during practice has the opportunity to really show itself at meets. You remember why you love the sport in the first place and the connections you've made through it.
We've been going to meets about 2 times a week, starting in about March and going towards the end of the school year. I prepare myself for meets by really trying to get as much practice in during practice time as I can so that I can be better in my event.
I enjoy the environment because when you go to track meets, everyone's always happy and hype you up, and it's just a nice sport overall. It has affected my work ethic. It has taught me to really work hard for what you want.
Only people who are dedicated and tough and really committed to hurting and working hard and getting better, only those people are really interested in running track, I think.
1, 2, 3, let's run! There can be no doubt that the team puts in the hard work at every practice and meet. Track is definitely an amazing sport with an amazing team that anyone who wants to join should. Now, back to the news desk.
There's so much dedicated work put into track and all our other sports here at the high school. I have a lot of respect for all of our student athletes.
Me too. It can be hard school-life balance, but it's so rewarding in the end. On the subject of sports, Aaron has all the details and events going on in the sports world.
Let's send it over to the sports desk to see what he has in store for us.
Happy Thursday, Cersei. Let's hop into the sports before we get into the 3-day weekend. In local sports, we had our boys and girls basketball team going against the Greene County Tech Tuesday night with an outstanding finish. The girls' game with the Lady Lions starting slow, but ended up after the first half taking a large lead, making the score 52-18, making their record 4-7 and 13-13 in overall record. The boys came out hot against Greene County Tech with Jaden Duffy coming out hot with 6 points, but they slowly gave away the lead, making the score going into the half 42-29. Coming out halftime, the boys came out hot, but eventually the game ended up making the score 78-62, making their record 15-11 and 5-6 in conference. In national news, in Formula 1, there's only 16 days left until they hit back on the track in the Bahrain Grand Prix. This will be the first race of the season, and many of the teams have revealed their cars, including Haas, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, and Mercedes. And what they're expecting for this season, there will be 23 races, including new tracks like Las Vegas, Miami, and Qatar. As these teams go and compete for the Constructors' Championship and drivers winning the world title, 2-time world champion Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton will also be competing for the world title. In the NBA, there was a big match in the Eastern Conference with 2 leading teams going against each other. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics going back and forth all game long, with them eventually going into overtime and the Bucks taking the win with a score of 131 and 125. Giannis having 36 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists, taking the win over the Boston Celtics, making the Bucks record 40-17 and the Celtics record 41-17. In the Western Conference of the NBA, there was a matchup Tuesday nights with the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings. Even though the Kings getting 25 points per quarter, Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns took the win, the score of 120 and 109, making Phoenix record being 32-27 and making the Sacramento Kings 32-25. Well, Cersei, that's all the sports updates I have for you today. Make sure to show the act of kindness and have a great 3-day weekend. Now, back to the news desk.
I'm eager to see how the Lions and Lady Lions basketball seasons finish out.
Me too. We've got a pretty good lineup of players and coaches, so I bet we'll be sailing for a strong finish.
Well, that looks like all the time we have for today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on Twitter at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Jacob Showy.
And I'm Emily Tyler. Enjoy your long weekend, Cersei.